Okay, so today we're going over the agency landing page framework. What I'm going to show you is a very bare bones design. This is something like a template that you guys can use. Now starting, we're going to talk about the menu here on top. In the middle we have anchor links, which will scroll you down to different sections on the page, and below that we have the most important section. This is the part everyone that lands here will 100% see, so I want to make it very effective. How we've done that is on the right we have a VSL. I strongly recommend for you to make a video sales letter, and on the left we have your agency's big promise, and then we have a short description that can go a bit deeper into your method or offer a guarantee or just more info overall. Then again we have a book a call button, and we have this trust building element. In this case I've used a trusted by 30+ brands text, so if you've worked with some big brands or you've been featured in big publications, you can put these logos right here. When we move down, we have the second section, which as you can see is very simple, but you can of course make it look more interesting in design. But the main idea for this section is to relate to your prospect and their issues, especially if you have multiple ideal client profiles. I recommend to make landing pages for each one of them, and this way you can talk very specifically to each type of client that you want to work with. Why is this important? Is because you want to avoid general bullshit. You don't want to generally talk about your services. You want to like a sniper focus on a single client and talk directly to them. What this does is it basically weeds out the people you don't want to work with and make sure that the people you don't want to work with find this interesting, because again you will talk directly to them. Then after that we have the benefits that your service can bring. We can have a few boxes here. In this case I've put 6, and again we have a book a call button. You will see I have this button on pretty much every section, and the idea is that we want to make it as easy as possible for the user to take action at any point. Now we move on to another very important section. This is the method or services. Now the idea here is to make your service sound as logical as possible and make it seem like the obvious solution to the problem your prospect is facing. It's important again to make this sound as logical and as argumented as possible, but don't go overboard with big paragraphs of text because no one reads that. In this case I've put 2 alternating sections. You can have 3, you can have 4, you can have as many or as little as you want. We move on to 2 of the most important sections after the hero section. That's the case studies, and here I have put them in a video format. I always recommend making case studies in a video format because it's way easier to digest, and as you can see I've put them in 2 columns right here. We have title below, and then we have a video on top. Now case studies are very important because they build your credibility. How you do case studies is you basically show the results you've been able to achieve for one of your clients and explain the process behind it. And after that we move straight into the testimonial section, which again is very important, and I've put them again in a video format here. This is the most credible way you can build trust for your agency, and this is because you can fake a written testimonial but you can't really fake a video testimonial. So I've put 3 here. You can put as many as you want, but again I wouldn't go overboard with like 20 testimonials. Like 6 to 9 is perfect. So after that we move on to a section that I really like to use. Now the idea here is that you will compare your method, your services, to other services in the space. Now what this does is it kind of shows you as the better option in the market, and you know these should be very real features and benefits and selling points that the other methods generally don't have. And if you can't come up with this, then most likely your offer is not where it needs to be yet. So you need to work on your offer and then make sure to showcase how much better it is than the other solutions. Again, we have a book a call CTA, and I'm not ready to win yet CTA, which doesn't really do anything, but it's kind of, you know, a playful way to make this section work. Then we move on to the last section before the Calendly embed, and this is a section that's not really required, but it is very helpful if you want to capture leads from people that are not yet interested in booking a call with you, but they could potentially be clients down the line. What you can do here is feature a checklist, a PDF or ebook, a mini course that you've created, and you should require the email of the user in order for them to receive it. Then you can have their email and follow up on them later, send them valuable information until they feel ready to book a call with you and start working with you. This is very powerful because it builds a lot of trust also. Try to think about this, but again, it's not required. And then we move on to the last section, which is the book a call section, where we basically have a Calendly embed so people can easily book a call without leaving your website. Then we have a footer, which is very simple. Here, if you have multiple pages, you can have links to them, you can have some other information, but in this case I've just kept it as bare bones as possible, because again, this is more to showcase the structure of a highly converting landing page for agencies, and it's not really about the design in this case. This is basically the framework that I've been using for a lot of agencies, and hopefully this was helpful to you guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.